Hello everyone, and welcome to my first episode of my Dark Souls 2 playthrough. My name is Tebriel, and today we're going to start our journey in the land of Drangleic. Now, to preface this, I have played through Dark Souls 2 before. This will not be a blind run. However, I have not played any of the DLC, even though I have them installed. I did that on purpose as I wanted to go through blind for my Dark Souls 2 playthrough. However, I wanted to get done with my Dark Souls 1 playthrough beforehand, so I waited. But now is the time to actually start it, so let's go ahead and start. Now, I will be watching cutscenes, they will be recorded on here, and I will also talk to NPCs as well, and leave their dialogue in just for completion's sake. If you want to skip those parts, you can. I'll try and put in annotations for the parts I can. And, I guess that's it, so let's go ahead and start. Okay, new game. And the cutscene begins. I'll keep quiet now.
Perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. A murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything. Once branded. The symbol of the curse. An augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drangleic. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
And so here we are. I always thought that was a weird way to start the game, have your main character fling themselves into a giant whirlpool, leading to God knows where. But, yeah, I guess that's how the developers chose to start our journey into Drang Lake. So, as soon as this cutscene ends, I think I'm gonna run around, grab some stuff, then we can start the character creation and whatnot. Okay, things Betwixt. It's been a little while since I played this, and I'm used to Dark Souls 1, so, getting used to Dark Souls 2 again will be, probably not too difficult. Now, I'm no means an expert at this game. There's still little bits and secrets that I didn't even know about until recently, certain, hidden walls and whatnot. But I do know a great deal of, little items and secrets and stuff, so I might point them out as I play the game. Okie doke. Picked up that item. And rusted coin, temporary boosts luck. Those are quite nice for farming. And before the DLC, you had to do quite a lot of that. At least if you wanted, like, dragon bones and stuff. Okay. So over here there is a, little area. Unfortunately, there's an enemy up there, and we have no weapons as of yet. Now, I didn't say it before, but, I believe I'm going to make this a faith strength build run. Now, in the last, game I let's played, Dark Souls 1, I did a dex build, so I figure we should probably do something a little bit different. And playing through this, it should be quite interesting to see how the two, game styles are different. And also, I heard that Faith has been nerfed quite a bit, actually, so I feel I should play it through anyway, see how much it's been nerfed. I actually didn't really play too much of a Faith character in this game, so it should be quite a fresh experience. Okay, let's open this up.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
Well, I'm going to put in my channel name, of course. So, Gabriel. There we go. And enter. Okay. Yep.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
And now the character creation part. Okay, class and gift. Class, Cleric's a pretty good start for faith builds, and Knight isn't terrible, I suppose. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick Cleric. Gift, I'm not sure if I'll actually start with one. Let's see here. Petrified something, I would think, because that can get me a nice item. Body, I'm not gonna go too deep into this sort of, build, I think. Let's see here. That looks okay, I think. And face, not gonna, like I said, not gonna go too detailed in this, just gonna make them look not too terrible. Let's see here, that's decent, I think. Hair color, let's go ahead and go for... There, that's a decent color. And I don't really care about the tattoos in this game. They are kind of placed in a weird way. I'm not sure why they're all on your face. Why they couldn't have been somewhere else is kind of weird. Let me see here. Oops. And there we go. Advanced, don't really care. So that's, I think, good. That is my true self.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom.
But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Pessimistic bunch of old ladies, huh? Now, I got all of these because I have the collector's edition of the game and had it pre-purchased and all that. However, I'm not going to use any of them because I feel that's kind of cheating. I mean, technically it isn't, but I generally do not like to use that sort of thing. And I got the Dragon Talon and the Heavy Iron Key because I have the DLC. So, yeah. Now let's go ahead and search for some stuff. Now we can actually finally play the game instead of just watch stuff. Okay, human effigy, those are nice. Now, if this is your first time watching a Dark Souls playthrough, human effigies are a lot like humanity in the original game. And they basically restore you back to human form when you go hollow. And I'm pretty sure lore-wise, human effigies are just humanity in a different shape. Okay, now that we've got a weapon, we can deal with this guy up here. Let me check out the swing speed really quick. Okay, just need to get used to it. And as you see, we got life gems. They basically heal you very slowly over time. Okay, there we go, and this guy isn't too hard. You just gotta watch out for his attacks and make sure he does that. Get away from him, then smack him a couple times, repeat, basically. And... come on. Don't want to get hit by that. He'll actually start a pretty much a insta-kill move when he does that. Come on after me. Fall down. You don't want to get under him when he falls down either. It will hurt quite a lot. As you can see the life gems in work. Heal slowly. Almost got it. Just want to hit him one more time. There we go. Now for killing him, we get the stone ring. And that is a okay ring to start out with. As you see, we have 4 ring slots. And it reduces enemy poise, which is nice. And if you remember from the first game, poise is what prevents you from being stun locked. So that's always good. Gold pine resin, very nice. Of course, I used that quite a bit in my original playthrough of Dark Souls 1. Okie dokie. And plop down here, and here we are back here. Okay, so now we're gonna go back through this way. And you can talk to them, they'll say stuff. They're a bunch of pessimistic old ladies, it seems. Understandable, I guess. I mean, they've probably seen hundreds of thousands of undead come through here and not one come back, so their pessimism probably isn't unduly placed. Let me see. Yes, we got the heal miracle, which we can use using this chime, I believe. Yes, the sacred chime. And that's pretty much how you do faith spells instead of the old like prayer stuff that you had beforehand. And there's a bunch of torches around here. The game originally was supposed to have a sort of ambient darkness around it, and the game was designed around the fact that you need to use torches a lot. Unfortunately, they took that out like at the last minute, and so there's a bunch of areas in this game where there's these torches about, but you really don't need to use any of them to get by, and it's kind of a shame. I was thinking that maybe later on I could do a playthrough with a ambient darkness add-on put on the game, or a mod, and I know one exists. I'm not sure how badly it'll affect the frame rate or anything like that, though, so yeah. Anyways, these fog walls are areas you can go to for the tutorial. I'm not going to do that because I have pretty much done this area before. However, I think I'll go through the first one, if only just to get access to the crows. If I remember right, I think it's the first one. If you guys want to go ahead and go through them for practice, if you've never played a Dark Souls game before, or Souls game in general, or just because you do it out of habit, go right ahead. I ain't stopping you. Okay, let's see here. 1 second really quick. I think I'm going to turn some annotations and stuff off. And this is my profile. You can feel free to add me if you like. 1 second. I do not want to receive any notifications or anything. Okay. Usually I set everything off, but for some reason things like groups and other stuff still appear when I get notifications of them. Okay. There we go. He's very dead. Okay, so, now, I'm unsure exactly the plan with this character aside from just being kind of a strength dex build. I think it'll be fairly straightforward on how I build him. And I might go for some agility as well, of course, because roll speed is and invincibility friends is always nice. And as the order I go through each area, I will probably just do that as I go. I like going through the God, what is it? The Forest of the Giants first, generally, because that's kind of the starting area everyone likes to go to. And I think I will pick up a weapon or two there, and then I will go to the Flame Tower. Get some nice access to the faith spells there. Okie dokie. So now we can kick down the ladder, and
Give us smooth.
here's the really annoying crow.
Yes, you. Give us silky.
Okay, so if you didn't know, here's the crow. That's pretty much in every Souls game. They're different crows. If you give them items such as a small, smooth, and silky stone or a petrified something, they will give you items based on those, and it'll be completely random. You gotta leave it on the ground, though, then get out of your inventory.
So nice, so smooth.
Yeah. Silky smooth.
And in return, they will give you an item. In this case, it was an aberrant
Give
herb.
it smooth.
And those are decent. Those can be used to get back spell charges. So we're gonna leave this, and let's see what we get. Channeler's Trident.
You, give it.
That's actually fairly interesting. I'm not sure if I'll use that weapon, but, well, whoops. God, I'm so used to Dark Souls 1. Okay, let's go ahead and finally get out of this area. And then we can, actually continue throughout the game. Instead of just sticking around in this tutorial area for forever. Lots of player messages and whatnot. And welcome to the pretty city of Majula. Or town, I should say. God, this is a pretty area. And there's a couple NPCs here that we're going to talk to. Get some stuff. Let's light this bonfire, though. Definitely going to want to sit at it. And we're going to talk to the Emerald Herald, who's kind of like the character from Demon Souls, who pretty much had the same exact sort of setup and garb almost.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
And so we finally got an Estus Flask.
Go on and see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
So it seems this lady wants us to go see the king. How we're going to get there? Well, I certainly know. My first playthrough, I pretty much had no friggin' idea. So let's go ahead and talk to her again.
Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid.
Okie dokie.
Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away.
So she's basically telling us to go and kill 4 strong beings, just like in the first Dark Souls.
Bearer of the curse, seek the king, lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
Okay, now we can finally level up and stuff. That's one thing that's annoying about this game, is that you have to go through so many dialogue trees just to friggin' level up every single time. But, it's not terrible, I suppose. Okay, so now we can level up. Now, first of all, I want to level up my strength just a bit, and then we'll focus on faith, vitality, endurance, maybe a bit of vigor. Basically, I'll just make it up as I go. I got a rough sketch of how I want to do this, however. Okay, so we got life gem, and let's see here. We should start to equip our Estus flask. Now, you only get one to start, but you get Estus flask shards, which you can bring back to the Emerald Herald over there, and you'll get more. Bit different than the first Dark Souls, of course.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door. I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
Now, this is an instance of, one of those kind of annoying video game things that, well, games like to do, where, oh, here's a locked door, but, here's an open window, why don't you just climb through it? Because you can't, because the game won't let you. I figure if you're gonna put a locked door somewhere, at least make it so you doesn't look like you can conceivably get in another way. But yeah, that is our blacksmith, and he will be able to upgrade our weapons and armor as soon as we find the key to his door, which is in the next area we will be going to here soon. Now, in here, well, we're not going to go there quite yet. However, that's a suspicious looking rock. Let's punch it. And that's a bit morbid, but he has an Estus Flask shard on him, so, yeah, I'm not sure if he did that himself or not. A bit sad either way, but that's how Dark Souls goes. And here's a merchant.
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
Now, I generally, don't like to buy armor too terribly much. However, this guy sells the elite knight armor. However, you have to buy a few things from him first before you can actually get it, as he'll expand his inventory when you spend a certain amount of souls, and he'll actually get new dialogue trees and whatnot too. So I will do that sometime later as soon as I have a bit more souls, but for now my armor works.
Well, I do hope I see you again.
And going up here. Let's see in here. There is Titanite Shard. Very nice. Okay. So lots of little collection going around, not a whole lot of action yet. This is just something I kind of like to do, pick up all the items, talk to some of the NPCs and stuff. And there's another one up there who, if you talk to, he will basically kind of be like the guide in the first Dark Souls. The Crestfallen Knight. However, we don't really need to talk to him. He'll try to get us to join his covenant, which will protect us against invasions and whatnot. I really have no use for such a covenant. Got a rusted coin in here, that's pretty nice. Before we continue going throughout this area, there is one more thing I would like to grab. And then we will go to the Forest of Fallen Giants, do a few things there, and then I think we'll end the episode, depending on how long it goes. Okay, is it right here? Yep. And fall down here. And plop down onto this path. Do that, go over here. And you got a Morning Star and a Cleric's Sacred Chime. Now, we already have a Cleric's Sacred Chime. However, it does drop a Morning Star, which is fairly nice as it seems to have a little bit of bleed damage on it. However, I will stick with my regular mace, but I wanted to show you guys that just in case if you wanted to grab it. And of course, here's the binoculars, which can be relatively useful. Okay, now let's finally go to the forest and actually do some stuff here. Pull this. Yep, keep moving. And gotta go fast. Okay. Damn collision. Alrighty. First and foremost, going down this way. There's a lot of little optional items here, and I will try to show you how to get all of them. And there's a human effigy, which is always nice. You want as much of those as you can, as they're in the base game. There's pretty much a limited amount. Using bonfire aesthetics, you could reset loot in areas, so you could get more. However, I think there's a limited amount of those too. I could be wrong. Okay, Homeward Bone and Soul. And of course, in the first game, souls will, itemized souls will give you more souls in your, soul counter at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So, we're gonna hold on to those before we do anything. And now it seems we can one-hand this finally, because I, upgraded my strength once. So that'll be a bit useful. Got some throwing knives. And throwing knives in this game are actually useful, believe it or not. In the original game, they were pretty much only useful for pulling enemies, MMO style. However, in this, they actually do a decent amount of damage, at least early on, which is quite nice. We're gonna go ahead and turn that bonfire on. We're not gonna use it, no need to. That'll just reset all the enemies we just killed. Seems there's a summon here, which is interesting. I'm not going to do that, though. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and kill this guy and not get hit by the arrow guy over there. Archer. Oh, got hit in the back. Come on. Whoops. Die, please. And trying to be sneaky. Lots of enemies in this game that play dead. Lots and lots of them. Luckily though, thanks to me playing Resident Evil as a child, I am kind of used to enemies trying to do that to me. Okay, let's go ahead and kill some enemies here first. Whoops. And let's see if we can not die, first of all. Avoid some arrows. Kill the rest of the enemies here. Okay, got a life gem. That's always nice. Now, you can ignore that knight dude. He won't attack you unless if you attack him first. They're Haid Knights, I believe they're called, and they actually will do a lot of damage if you let them. They're a little bit like the this game's version of the Black Knights. However, fighting and killing them will give you a nice reward. Generally a weapon piece. Well, weapon anyways. I'm unsure if you can get their armor. I think you can. I've just really never tried. I don't fight them too often. And running over here. Go ahead and grab this. Got a short sword, which is actually a decent starting weapon. It's better than a lot of them. I'm not sure if it's better than this one, however. Let me go ahead and check. Nope. However, that Haid Knight drops a sword that has a decent faith scaling on it, if I remember correctly, so I'll see if I can get that from him. And of course, over here, going down this way, there is an item over there, and it's not the easiest to get, and you can kind of die from fall damage if you don't know what you're doing, which might happen here. Whoops, I didn't even jump. Wow. That was a fail on my part. I got stuck on some rocks too. But anyways, the trick to making that jump is to not hug the wall. If you do hug the wall, you will basically not make it all the way, unfortunately. So now we're gonna have to go through all that, unfortunately. Thankfully, all these enemies are pretty dang easy, so won't have to worry about dealing with them too much. And might not have mentioned it before, but I am playing on PC, so there will be some slight differences from consoles. And there are a few controversies regarding that, like how with the PC you actually lose more durability faster than with the console versions. And a lot of people think it's to do with the 60 FPS on the PC. This also makes it so certain things like parries and ripostes are harder to do. However, I'm not going to worry about that too much. But if you are playing the PC, you might want to keep around some repair powder, because you're probably going to need it. Whoops, that was a fail dodge. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see here. Gonna go back down, and I'm not sure if we're gonna attempt that jump again. At least not right now. I'm gonna try and get what I want first before we do anything else and embarrass ourselves some more. Broken sword, human effigy, that's always nice. And life gem. As you can see on my health, every time you die, you lose a little bit of your maximum health. So try not to die too often. Anyways, I'm gonna pop this and immediately go ahead and try and kill this guy. And he has an interesting moveset, so we're gonna see in wants to kill us. Oh, whoops. I forgot to kill one of these guys. Let's hope that doesn't cost us our battle with this guy. Okay. Now, these are definitely not as hard as the Black Knights, but they do hit pretty hard, especially early on. So you gotta watch out. Thankfully, this has a decent amount of poise breaking, and the ring certainly helps, I'm thinking. There we go. Killed him. And we got the Haid Knight Sword. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and equip that. Now, we don't have quite enough dex to wield it. But that will not be a problem here shortly. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and get that item up there. I totally forgot what it was. I want to say it's a bonfire aesthetic or just a soul, but I'm pretty sure it's not that useful. And I'll probably go ahead and grab it later, maybe off camera. But yeah, in order to make that jump, just make sure you don't hug the wall. And of course, there's lots of enemies that like to go around corners here. Lots and lots of them. Certainly don't give you a break in that regard. See, 129 with just one throw, which is a bit ridiculous. Whoops. Okay. There we go, both are dead. And got ourselves out of a little ambush there. Okie dokie. And killed that guy. Those guys can hurt quite a lot. Just be sure to, if you're unsure exactly on how to kill them, just wait for them to attack first. Back up. Come on. There we go. Okay. That's what I wanted. That way you couldn't throw bombs at us. Whoops. Okay. Those two are dead. And we killed the one up here. So now we can freely explore this area, except we gotta kill this guy first, of course. Okay. Got a buckler. That's always nice. It's just a small shield. We could have picked up a shield earlier, and we already have these ones, but we're not going to use them, of course. So I'm just gonna... Wait, can I not put it on? No, apparently I need more dex. Well, whatever. Don't need it then. Hell, I might even make this a shieldless run. Not like you really need shields in this game for the most part. Okay. So, gonna go over here, and there's this guy right here. We're gonna kill him before he can cause any trouble. And we get some witching urns, which are a bit like fire bombs, only they will do magic damage. Okay. Open up this. Rest at the bonfire. Well, since we lighted anyways. And over here, there is an old lady. Let's go talk to her really quick.
Buy something. Anything. Oh, come now, help an old woman and buy something.
Okay, so basically she holds a decent amount of armors and weapons. A lot of her weapons that she sells you are pretty useless. The club is pretty nice. It has really nice strength scaling, but the rest of it, not so much. Armors, you can get this at the beginning if you choose, I believe it's like the Adventurers class. And parts of them will increase your item discovery rate, which is your item drop rate. But she sells a lot of nice other items too. Like human effigies, life gems, amber herbs, and an unlimited amount of fire bombs and witching urns, as well as throwing knives. And bright bugs, which are new to the DLC. So, I believe those, are quite nice for all sorts of situations. They cost quite a lot, but, they're very useful. However, I haven't used them before, like, as I said, I haven't played the game since any of the DLCs have come out, so there will be a couple changes, like these bright bugs, which will be interesting for me to see. Okay, now here is the, key that the blacksmith lost, so we're gonna buy that.
Thank you kindly.
Now, if you buy enough from her, you will actually get an item if you talk to her. So be sure to buy from her, not necessarily relatively often, but often as you like, and I believe it's either a gold serpent ring or a silver serpent ring. Can't quite remember, to be honest. Okay, so, I think we are actually going to end the episode here. So thank you guys for joining me on my Dark Souls 2 Faith Build playthrough. This is the first episode in the first of many, and as I said, the DLC will be blind. So stay tuned for when I get to it, and thank you all, and I will see you later. Goodbye everybody, and take care.